Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to another live stream here with Oxygen Not Included. Of course, we're continuing the duplicate crash pad, which is the colony that we've been working on for some time. I apologize everyone for the false starts on the other streams. I did have this scheduled, but as soon as I tried to go live, I got a 500 error from YouTube, and two other attempts unfortunately didn't work. So we just went with the go live now option, and that seems to be working okay, so hopefully everything will stay stable enough for us to stream tonight, and we can try to get some stuff done with the colony. But welcome to the duplicate crash pad. Things look good from this particular view. If you didn't watch the prior stream, I think you'd say that our colony's in pretty fine shape. We have all these wonderful rooms for our duplicates to live in. We have a fairly large farm built. We've got a recreation room. We've got a hospital. We've got all kinds of water going on. We've got a couple of geysers nearby. Things are looking good. Unfortunately, if you check our oxygen overlay, it's not quite as pretty. We did, unfortunately, let's go with our oxygen production as we were expanding the colony last time, and we kind of burned out of all the available sources for algae. That's gotten us into a bad oxygen position. Polani, thank you so much for the super chat. Hooray, we made it. We're all together in Oni. Thanks, Polani. Appreciate that. And thank you for the super chat before stream also on the other failed stream that we attempted. So nevertheless, this is our colony that we're going to work with tonight, and with any luck, we'll get lucky, and we'll manage to recover this. Now, we do have a little bit of oxygen production going on, even though algae is a problem. We built, at the end of the last stream, an electrolyzer down here at the bottom, so our duplicates at least have a place to run to where they can breathe. Live epically, thank you for the super chat as well, $2, for the perseverance and the funeral arrangements. We may need some funeral arrangements, I'm not going to lie. You know, things do look maybe a little bit on the grim side. But nevertheless, we're going to try and recover this colony, because I don't really want to throw in the towel. It's not really my way. Unless things get to the point where, you know, it's clearly not salvageable, and then we'll throw the towel. Well, let's get things rolling. Hopefully we can get our duplicates to recover. Now, part of the issue we had was we spent a long time building this huge ladder over here that, you know, I shouldn't have done so long. So our duplicates kept running and dropping materials and trying to pick them up and stuff, and that sort of slowed them down from other activities. So I decided to dig a tunnel down below here that's going to give us a different route to get down to the ice biome, which is where we're going to build our oxygen generation room. We're already set up to pump water down there, once we finish building the pipe anyway. That's going to come out of the geyser, which we need to finish building this in. We'll pump the water out of the geyser into our oxygen room, produce the oxygen. It'll be cooled, hopefully, by the ice biome a bit. We'll send that back up to the colony, and we'll get fresh air that's hopefully, ideally, the right temperature as well, but we'll see how that plays out. Very quickly, I'm going to throw some doors in down here because I'm a little concerned that my duplicates are going to go running through here and let all this wonderful chlorine that's over here into the lower part of our base. Now, our duplicates are kind of stuck in a place right now where they don't have any oxygen if they get down here, and I'm a little bit worried that we're going to find ourselves in a place where they're running down there, we have the same problem. They just keep having to try to run back. So if we can find a little bit of algae, I'd like to throw at least like one little terrarium in here to try to convert some of the CO2 into a pocket of oxygen. So duplicates will have a place to stop and breathe in this lower area of the base. That way, as they pass through, they'll get fresh air, and it'll give them a better duration of time they can work down here. Oh, look at this. We got a Draco mid-eat. Just gobble it up. Actually, you know what? Let's cancel this job right here. I want to keep the chlorine out of here for the moment. Let's instead focus on getting these built for us. We're also going to go into the job priorities. We're going to take everyone off of their... Whoops, not the job priorities. The sub-priorities. We're going to take everyone off of their... You know what? I could probably do this really easy if I just go into the jobs. Uncheck auto-prioritize, and we'll check the priorities again. No, that didn't help. I'm going to get rid of all the wrenches for now, so that they don't focus on their defined job priority right away, because we kind of want them to do all the important stuff to make sure we get our oxygen room going here first. Later on, we can go back, we can recheck that box, and we'll get it to take, so they focus on all their job priority stuff instead. But first things first, let's survive. Preferably with, you know, without too many duplicate deaths. Got worried you were going to stream there for a second. Yeah, it was a bit of an issue. It did take 3 or 4 attempts to get it to work. But it is working now, at least. YouTube has 2 different ways that you can set up streams on YouTube. In one instance, you can schedule it, which is what I like to do, because then people get notifications ahead of time. You can kind of know to come out and play and that kind of stuff. And then the other version is just like a Go Live Now option. And in the Go Live Now option, it doesn't have quite the same setup and features, so I don't tend to use it very often. Normally, I'll use the scheduled one. And I can't get the duplicates to go the way I want. We need a door we can close here that will stop the duplicates from running around like a bunch of fools. We do not need this treadmill anymore. Let's disable this for now. This needs priority 7, so we put some coal in it, get some power for the colony, because without power, we're going to have a problem even with producing this oxygen. Our poor duplicates. I feel so bad for them right now. I hate when they die. And we've got them in a really bad spot to start off this stream tonight. It's going to take a little bit of digging to get us out of this particular hole. That's right. I said it. You want to get out of a hole, you dig. That's right. You dig down. Or something. In this case, we're going to dig down, because that's where the cold biome is. That's where we want to build. As a sort of a side effect of this, too, because our oxygen, our gas levels are very low in the colony right now, our farm over here is stifling, and that's going to have an impact on our kilocalorie production. So food over time will become a problem also. Our poor wheezing duplicates. Come on, guys. There's all this air down here, and we have a route down here they could take. We just need someone to come down here and maybe work over there. I'm going to throw a door in here for the time being. Oops, we'll use a mechanized airlock. Hopefully someone will build this door, ideally in the near future, because I want them to block this off. And I'll make it so they can go in this way but not out that way, so I can get them to go down through the bottom route instead, because this is going to be the one that's going to give them the most time. See, they're not even getting down to where we want them to work before they're running out of air. Down they go again, up they go again. It's just like a totally futile effort. So I want them to work on this door. Make that a priority 8. Yeah. Hopefully someone will build that door sooner rather than later. Oh dear, he's resorted to dad jokes. The stress is finally taking him. That's right. All I have are dad jokes. I don't have any good ones. Especially not like this. Not like this. Hey, avenging tragedy. Please don't avenge any tragedies here. There may be a few. Apparently they changed the compost. Yeah, apparently they increased the compost. The compost that produces dirt now instead of fertilizer. Emits dirt, 100 grams per second. So we have dirt that can be produced for our colony, which is kind of handy. And funny enough, in this way, it actually makes the outhouses sort of a good usage scenario, because you get dirt that you can work with. We should probably try to knock out the remainder of our research. Oh, actually, it's already queued up. Why is that? Alright, I guess it was just waiting for resources. Okay, guys, like, stop running all the way down there. I think you know what I think what the issue might be? Oh, there's iron ore right there. I was gonna say, maybe there's iron way down below. Guys, do this first. Let's cancel all this. We're gonna cancel the fire pole. Nobody focus on the fire pole. Nobody focus on this stuff. We'll do all of this after. Just get me the stuff I need first. There we go. Start to pare down on the jobs a little bit. Hopefully they'll do stuff. Use solar oxygen. Solar oxygen? How do you make oxygen out of solar power? Look, Cryptic, hello, chat. I'm way late on my journey by a day. Only about 65 miles, 600 kilometers. I want to cover today. Busted alternator. Oh, that sucks, Ilya Star. Glad you can make it to the stream, but sorry to hear about your car. That bites. No volcano needed. Yeah. Never-ending parade down the ladder. They just won't stop. They just won't stop. They just keep going. You didn't even ask to pee. I don't even know where this guy's going. Oh, they're picking up resources at the bottom. That's what the problem is. Somebody finish the door, please. Okay, there we go. Now we can set the door so that people can go in, but they can't, or they can go back into the colony, but they can't come out. Now what are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do? Hopefully, go down here and do the job I told you to do in the first place, the one I prioritized higher that nobody's doing. Polani, $5 super chat. If everyone suffocates and you have to start a new base midstream, can I choose the World Gen seed number, please? Also, do you cook bacon with butter? I don't personally know. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Nobody's cleaning the toilet. Why did you pee on the floor? The toilets look like they're working. 15 visits remaining. 15 visits remaining. 15. All the toilets are fine. Why did you pee on the floor? What is wrong with you? Don't pee on the floor. Oh man. Fortunately, we have this wonderful little catch basin at the bottom of our ladder. They're all peeing on the floor. Are the toilets broken? Did the update break the toilets? Somebody go pee for me so I can see that the toilet still functions. I don't know what's going on there. They peed all over the floor for reasons unknown. See, we're working on something in the beta branch right now, so it's possible that we have a little issue right there where something they did in the beta branch may have kind of messed things up a little bit. It's funny how much oxygen you can get from this one little electrolyzer. It's kind of holding everything at bay on the lower end of things here, but if they would just fix down here, that would be great. Come on, work, duplicates, work. Look, they're running around the ladders. They're not doing anything I want them to. It's immunity, yeah. We've got a stress pier. What's a stress pier? Well, I mean, stress is only 43%, so that's not that bad. How much fat do you need to cook bacon with butter? Oh my gosh. That would take a lot. Lot of. Okay. Oh, actually, look at that. We went right here. We have a little bit of algae. Isn't that funny? This can be deconstructed. Try to recover the metal from that. There's a little pocket of algae right there. Probably not terribly useful, but we'll get this anyway. It's only one little spot. Once I get this door finished here, we'll break through over this way, build the ladder. They can go out here. They'll get to the algae that's sitting right here. That will help a little bit, hopefully. See, we'll live. Don't you worry. Test World is a great seed. Many geysers but little water. Oh, yes. Build new toilets. The only one used. You probably need to save and reload. Yeah, maybe. Well, see, they're using it now. Darcy Lynn's using that toilet. It does look like they might only be using a single toilet. Nope. The toilets are working. I don't know why they peed on the floor there. That was just weird. I don't know. Okay, so the door over here is finished. We can break this out now. We'll get rid of that. How much algae do we have? Nothing. Fabulous. Not even a little, like, dot of it. Nothing at all. Charlonas, $5 super chat. If you have to restart, maybe you can make outposts. I once saved a run because everyone hid in my cold biome outpost, the only place with oxygen. Yeah, so again, that's kind of my intent down here is I want to create a little room that they can breathe in as they pass through, so they have a place to go to. And oddly enough, we have a little bit of oxygen down here instead of CO2. We have carbon dioxide trapped up. That's hydrogen up there now. We got all kinds of hydrogen. Carbon, CO2 up in the top, and the gases are all totally messed up in my base right now. It's a little weird. If they build this little ladder here, though, they can finally get to all this algae. Let's give them a little tiny oxygen room right in here with a little algae terrarium. Unfortunately, it's going to take water also, but I think it'll be okay. We'll build our ladder down here now into the cold biome. Now they have a short runs, right? So they can go through the lower portion of the colony, down the steps here. They won't be running up and down this ridiculous ladder I built. I should probably actually deconstruct partway down here so they don't... No, actually, no, wait. Hold on. Which way is the easiest way to get to that ladder? Well, they can't go through the top at all, so I guess I might as... No, you know what? They gotta feed the generators and stuff, so I've given them a really long run already. Probably shouldn't do that. Poor, tragic little duplicants. You know what? What I'll do is I'll pick 2 spots on the ladder here and deconstruct these. So they'll break those. That way they get, and then I'll turn this door so it's normal. And that way our duplicants can go in and out to feed the generator and stuff, but they won't use that ladder to go the long way down. As you can see, we do still have like spotty oxygen. The air's looking really good down below here. In the basement is where you want to go to survive, folks. In the basement. And I hate when I zoom in, or when I scroll back on the chat, it zooms in my screen. Cut into the slime biome so they can breathe it. Yes, except that could cause some slime lung issues, but we're not really in the place where we're like critically about to die kind of thing. So it was bad there for a little bit, but you know, they have a supply of oxygen for now. As long as we keep the power fed into the machine up here, and we don't run out of water, then we've actually got a supply of oxygen we can work with. Poor, unfortunate dupes. We just put them through the worst kind of torture. I don't know what it is. Crazy. Okay, so now I want them to work down here. We're going to dig out this space at the top of the biome here. This will be our... Oh, look, there's a ruin right there, too. You got this. Believe. Oh, yeah, we got it. Thank you so much for the super chat, Snoops. Like I said, I didn't think they were going to die. It's just, it's not the best scenario. What, man? Who keeps peeing on the floor? Seriously. I mean, I'd say that we have too much, like, we don't have enough toilets for the number of dupes we have, but it's actually not that bad. We'll throw another outhouse here, though, just in case, because we do have a lot of dupes. So I'm trying to flex a little bit more toilet muscle that way. No CrypticFox can make it. Yeah, we'll be there, all right. Star only works on Discord. An oven is the best bacon cooking tool. I have heard it is fabulous when you do it in the oven. Yeah. Never tried it myself, though. All right, that's our gas line to send the oxygen into the colony. We sort of started to prep that. If we look at our liquid here, this was the insulated line we're setting up to actually send down into the lower portion to pump the hot water. We want it to be insulated because it's going to be hot. So we're going to send this down in here also. Research complete. Jobs mastered. Ooh, are we actually done with the research now? No. Celestial detection is the last thing we need to finish out. When we get that done, we can smash our machines, recover the materials, and save a little bit of. Look! We've got air. We've got air-ish. It's not great. We've got hydrogen in here. I really don't care for. It's all gonna get built up at the top here on me. I need to actually create a way for the hydrogen to get out. I want it to kind of pool up in this space, if possible. It's also all hydrogen in the hospital. So, we've got people sleeping in hydrogen. They're going to be like the super high-pitched duplicates. Oh, no, that's a helium. Never mind. we got a bunch of duplicates that'll be lighter than air, though. Polani, $2 super chat. Just wanted to see Fox jumping into the snow. Oh, yeah. I like that. Made me laugh, so I decided to use it. Why is it down here? They should have a way to walk all the way down here. There should be nothing stopping them from just running right down this abyssal. Except that I think they're all just busy doing other things, like sleeping. Stop sleeping. Try growing some mushrooms in your CO2 area. They cost only slime. You are not wrong. However, we actually, in this colony, we haven't really even dug into the swamp biome yet. So we don't have any mushrooms. There's lots of them around here. And actually, we could even go up into this biome with a minimal interaction with the germs, which wouldn't be too bad. But we haven't gotten into the slime biome yet, so I don't have any mushrooms to plant. Been holding back so long. You love having money again. Well, thank you for the super chats. I appreciate all the support. Okay, the colony's not gonna die now, theoretically. Supposedly. I don't even have gold amalgam yet because we haven't gone into that swamp biome. I really should try to find a spot to dig into. Over here we also have this wonderful leaky oil fissure that I don't know if it's dormant right now. It may suddenly become active and then cause issues. Oh, and I also found, when I was poking around before the stream started, whoops, what the heck happened there? I found what looks to be another geyser up here. So we have another row of neutronium. I don't know what's on top of it, obviously, because it's buried. But there is another geyser just up there, too. So another thing to, like, poke around and uncover. Find out what the deal is. Small world. Saw this pop up with a shot. Tell me it's any good. I don't know. Oxygen's back. A little bits of it, anyway. What's my favorite snack? I don't even know. I snack on a variety of stuff. I mean, I like popcorn, but I also like... Oh, you know what? There's a double ladder gap there. No wonder nobody could go down that way. I like popcorn. I like nuts, like cashews, pistachios, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I guess I'd say a snack on those a lot. I'm all out of algae again. We didn't even get to feed our little terrarium, I don't think. We got it all set up and built, put some water in it, and then didn't have a little pocket of algae to deal with. There's one under here. That's in a messy spot, though. I mean, there's also one up here we could go for if I wanted to go through the trouble of playing with all this chlorine that's all going to filter down into the lower part of the base, which kind of sucks. I mean, it keeps the germs down, but Outside of that, it's just sort of a nuisance. I don't know. We'll just make deal with what we have now. I'll try to get them to get this finished as quickly as possible. Let's prioritize this at a 6. Hopefully they'll come down here and do this sooner rather than later. Ooh, things are warm down here, I guess. 43 degrees. A little roasty. Just a little roasty. Are we making bets for how long Crypto go without making a fire pole? I deleted it. I was going to make a fire pole. We got rid of it, though. Wasted time and effort when they were trying to survive. Favorite snack equals chocolate. Chocolate. Family loves rice. They make a lot of it. Yeah, my daughter loves rice. My 5-year-old. She's always asking for it for dinner. Regardless of what we're making. Honey, it's pizza night. Can I have rice? No, it's pizza night. Just eat the food we gave you. Top 10 tuber. What up, Fox? Just hopped in the stream. Welcome. Kenny Popcorn. Gets stuff's greasy keyboard. Oh, yeah, that is a bit of a pain. Just a bit. Durgan, $2 super chat. If I die, don't re-zombie me. Thanks. Only fresh dupes. All right. We'll try not to re-zombie your zombie. It's not too often people ask not to be in the colony. Well, actually, no, that's not true. There was a period of time where we had a lot of duplicate deaths, and everyone was saying, don't make me into a duplicate. So slow. Okay, well, look, actually, we have a little bit of algae here we can snag. It's going to let out a tiny bit of chlorine. Actually, a lot of chlorine. Whoops. Oh, well. It's worth it at this point. Just minor little bits of algae that will create that little bridge point we need until we get a consistent flow of oxygen coming in. I mean, once we get the oxygen room set up, that'll help a lot. I mean, we do have a lot of duplicates in here. There's 15 of them, so one oxygen room isn't going to supply enough for everybody. But it's a pretty good influx. Is biohazardous something to worry about? It really depends. If you manage your germs well enough, it's really not. It doesn't cause that big of an issue. They're more susceptible to the germs, so you have to be careful. But you can set the rules on your doors, for example, to say things like, don't let this duplicate through, so that you keep them out of the germ area. You can just pay attention to how they're doing, so you make sure that they're not getting too germy. So there's a variety of ways you can manage it. It's not that big of a deal. Hey, Crowbot. My lord, things are getting red. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't read anything. Do you know XE? What's XE? I think it's because you're a dragon. Oh. I don't know about that. I mean, I try to pay attention to the chat. I often miss things. It's hard to play and read the chat at the same time. I'm not going to lie. Look at that. See? Things are blue again. It's not all red. Do I know Cryptic Bull? Nope. I can speak a lot of Bull, but I don't know any Cryptic Bull. How'd you get the free copy of Jurassic Evolution for free? Why did they give you a copy? Because I asked them. I emailed them maybe about a week ago and let them know that I was interested in playing the game. I asked if it was possible to get a media review copy of the game, and they were kind enough to share a copy. It's always a bit of a gamble. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't, but you know, I never know if I don't ask. Flavicol? Alcohol and popcorn. Ew. Wait, what kind of alcohol? Maybe that is good. I shouldn't turn my nose up at it when I haven't tried it. My mom always said, try something before you say no. I kind of want them to refill this thing. I should set this actually at a higher priority than the electrolyzers up here. Ooh, those are 9s. Alright, we're not going to go higher than that. That's right. Well, we were panicked for oxygen. I set those super high to make sure they would go and refill them. Can we get a nightbot for the chrono.ogg link thing? Yes, I can. These guys are just busy digging anyway. I'll get that set up while they're digging. Tackies are great. Is this version the test build? It is, yeah. So this is still the beta branch. It's coming into the regular version, I think, on this coming Thursday. Usually they do the updates on Thursdays. So this Thursday morning, that should be part of the regular core part of the game. But for now, it is still on the beta branch. It's way too many tomatoes. That's a lot of rotten tomatoes right there. Throwing tomatoes around. Ground up salt? I'm confused now. Let's talk about the most random things sometimes. Add command. Okay, all set. Sorry for the delay there. See how quickly Nightbot goes to work. Well, that didn't work at all. Oh, there it goes. Okay, perfect. All right, so these guys are really busy working, but they're not going as quick as I would like them to, as always. They are at least getting down into this bottom area. So this is where we're going to... Oh, what is this? What the? I've never seen that before. An entombed Wheezewort. It even changed color. That's cool. We might as well extend this ladder all the way down. We're going to need to wait for liquid to drain off here anyway. This space in here is where we're going to do our building. So obviously we're going to have to get rid of the Wheezewort that's here, which is fine by me anyway, because it's going to come in handy in a colony. This is a weird setup here. It's really strange that there's no abyssallite here, but I guess it must be because of the ruins that are right here. So the abyssallite wall that would normally cut through here has been obliterated. Minus 20 degrees. Minus 34. Should be okay. More Graveyard, please. Yeah, I'm going to try and do another video on Graveyard this week. And then this coming Saturday, we're going to stream Graveyard Keeper at the normal stream time as well. Really enjoying that game. It's not clickable. Yeah, unfortunately, well, I wonder if I could even make it a clickable link. I don't know if it will. Let me edit it, maybe. Maybe it just has to be like an HTTP link. Let's see if that works. I've never noticed whether anything that Nightbot types in the chat actually comes up as a clickable link. Oh yeah, Vermintide's the game that's on sale today. It's not something I played, but I think Kazi's played it. Okay, you can try it again and see if it comes up with the clickable link this time. Good work, my little duplicants. They still didn't build this thing. It's just a total waste of space. I had them refill it with water and everything, but the algae's all gone into the actual core part of the colony, which is probably just as well. In really good shape in terms of oxygen levels at the bottom. The dead duplicants, they can breathe. They got tons. They're all set. Nobody else needs any. It's fine. Save the Wheezewort. Yeah, we gotta dig it up first. You got a Wheezewort to go brown like that. Apparently one time's Wart versus Volcano. Volcano wins. Oh, yeah. I guess if it stifles, it turns brown. I've just never seen one stifle before. Because I've never had a circumstance where I put one in a situation to stifle it, I guess. Kind of funny. I want to go in this ruin and see what's in here. I don't think it'll be one of the brain chambers. Hashtag dupes life matter. No, poor duplicants. They're fine. They're, you know, alive-ish, mostly. Those are temperatures in here. Things are warm in the middle of the colony here, too. I'm not super thrilled with that. Let's get this... No. That's already done. We're going to deconstruct these. That'll save a little heat. We're going to deconstruct the treadmills. Try to get rid of those heat sources. The trouble is these two electrolyzers that are in here... Or sorry, the algae deoxidizers that are in here are producing really hot oxygen. And we've got all this hydrogen we built up at the top that's got to get out of here, too. That's going to take some work. I hate when I get hydrogen in the base, and this one's actually got a fairly thick layer growing at the top. Now, we could just pump this out later. Or even theoretically, I could just cut an opening in here and let it all rise. I could even do that right now. That's probably the best option. Let's go ahead and we'll throw, like, airflow tiles in here. We'll dig this out. If we dig all this out, then that'll let the hydrogen rise into the upper area where it'll be out of the sleeping quarters. Things will improve for them up there. But really, this is where all the work really needs to happen, is down below. Dead dupes have plenty of dirty air to breathe. It's not dirty air. It's cleanish. Isn't that? There's some CO2 down here. This is just regular oxygen in here. There's good concentration of oxygen, so at least the duplicants have a place to go if they really start to suffer for air. Actually, this is even... We've done a decent job of scrubbing... Oops, of scrubbing the CO2 that was in here even. So we have like a pocket of CO2 over here that's not really doing a lot to move out of the area above the water, unfortunately. We have a pocket of CO2 in our... sitting in our garden, or our farm, rather, and that's actually doing a good thing because it's sitting on top of the plants and keeping them at the right pressure. But why don't I use keybinds for things like dig? I don't know. I'm super lame. I don't know what it is with hotkeys in me. I just can't remember to hit the keybinds. Probably why I don't play like action games very well on PC. Keybinds and me are just not friendly. I don't know why. I blame it on chronic brain fartism. It's a horrible affliction. You could use that hydrogen generator project right about now. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So down here, we're going to set up our hydrogen production, or our oxygen production, rather. And actually, the one that I built over here, I already broke. It's not even like I could pump it over there and make use of it. I mean, eventually, we can actually we can make use of this hydrogen if we really wanted to try to, like, pump it into a farmyard for Drekos or something. But as it stands right now, it's just sort of in the way. And we're getting little pockets of hydrogen built up in these rooms, too, so that we're going to have to create ways for all that to get out, because it'll stay trapped in the upper part of the room otherwise. Same thing over here. Poor, sad duplicants. And the plants in here, they stifle in hydrogen. So the more hydrogen that builds up, the bigger the problem's going to become. What'd you miss? You left around beer and popcorn. Not too much. The duplicates are sort of very slowly working through the work I wanted them to tackle. What's my favorite movie? Actually, I don't even know. It's funny, people ask a lot of favorites of things, and I guess I just don't make a point of remembering and building a list of stuff that's my favorite. I mean, there's lots of stuff that I like. But I don't know if I have a favorite movie. Same as I don't know that I have a favorite song or a favorite color or all that kind of stuff. You know what? I wanted to stop the chlorine from building up here too, and I'm forgetting. Let's make this priority 6. I want to try and block the chlorine production in here for a bit. It's like there's a lot of chlorine gas in here. If I could actually make use of that, it'd be handy. Polani, $2 super chat. Hashtag dupe life. Hashtag snoop life. Hashtag butter with bacon. And hashtag Yagi breath. Yagi breathe. Thanks for the super chat again. Hydrogen isn't a problem, it's a solution. I usually build a containment room and pump it from the top of my base. Yeah, well, I don't... it's a problem in the sense that I now have to build a mechanism in order to get rid of it, is the issue so much. Yeah, compost make dirt now. 60 degrees Celsius. Oh, that's a problem. I didn't even look at the temperature of it. Oh my gosh, you're right. Look at that dirt. 73 degrees Celsius. Okay, we need to store our dirt somewhere farther away from the colony. But that's a problem. If it's 60 degrees Celsius or 70 degrees Celsius, I wonder if it's going to cause any issues with the plants in terms of heating up the farm tiles when we use it for fertilizer. If so, I don't like that change. I do not like it. I'm going to build compactors down here. We'll try to store our dirt over here instead of in the middle of the colony. And then maybe we'll the return of the molten dirt. I know, right? It's like the dirt from the volcano. I mean, it's not a few hundred at least, but... Anything that look good to you at E3, CrypticFox? Yeah, I've been following the E3 coverage, and there's a variety of games that I think look good. I'm not sure how much I've seen that's really playable on the channel. Forza Horizons 4 looks really good. I watched the panel for Xbox. I've seen part of the one for Ubisoft. I saw a little bit of the one for PlayStation. So I don't know. I kind of have to go through and check it all again. I gotta do like read some like recap articles kind of thing. Yeah, everything's gotten hot in here. This is crazy. It's crazy. They dug out all this. They got to that in no time flat. This hydrogen is not exactly rising. We need to build up more air pressure to get that hydrogen to go up. Needs more pressure, Captain. They're finally at the point where they're down here. At least they're right in the range that I need them to be. I just got them to dig the I just have to get them to dig this out, and we can start to set up some production. Instead of favorite movie, is there one you will always watch no matter what? You mean like if I happen to come across it or something like that? I like the movie Limitless, oddly enough. The Matrix. Like if I'm flipping around, for example, I don't have anything to do and I find a movie, what will I stop and watch? I guess The Matrix, Limitless. I'm sure there's some other ones that I can't think of at the moment. The Usual Suspects I really like. Come on, guys. I feel like this is going so slow down here still. So slow. He's pooping out the phosphorite. Hydrogen isn't rising because you haven't built the airflow tile. Well, no, I have an opening right here. See where it can flow up? The issue here is in part, and there is airflow tiles here. The issue is that there's not enough oxygen pressure. So it's gonna separate itself according to pressures. So down here we have like 364 grams, and the hydrogen's in the same range in the 300s. So it's gonna continue to occupy a fairly significant portion of the base. In order to get this hydrogen squished up into the top area where we can actually make use of it and like compress it and pump it out, we need to build up the oxygen level in the core of the base so the hydrogen will sort itself above that. And until we can do that, we're gonna have a lot of hydrogen in there, which unfortunately causes more breathing problems. Yay, duplicants. By the way, tweaked how gas is separated a bit. I'm still trying to figure out, but basically CO2 goes less to bottom right and hydrogen goes less to top left now. Yeah, well, I know they still sort upwards though, so it'll still try to striate itself. We're gonna try and take advantage of that, but oh, you know what? Look at all that algae right there. All right, emergency dig project. I know I want to get the oxygen room built. Why is that? Put this overlay. Oh, parties here. But if I get them to dig in here, what overlay is that? There we go. Man. It's like I can't figure out this overlay. Let's get them to dig all this out. This will be like our emergency dig project. If they can get through this pocket of algae right here will do fairly well at helping to support things. Now there will be germs here. I can see them down there, but give me that. That will give us a good boost in oxygen while we finish building down here. I always watch Biosphere 2.0 is just so freaking cool, yeah. Tiles blocking oxygen airflow, maybe some airflow tiles. Yeah, down at the very bottom here, I mean, like where we're producing the air, there is definitely some issue with that. Like we threw some tiles in here, but it's only a limited amount of movement we're gonna get out of this anyway. It's funny how much this air is actually flowing downwards in this instance. Like we have air all the way down to this room here, and it pushed the CO2 out into this space, which was full of chlorine before, but is now full of CO2. Wow. Wow, that really moved the chlorine. I'm actually kind of happy about that, oddly enough. So the chlorine is now all the way up here at this level. Wow, that's actually handy. Love the X-Men movies, yeah. Been a year since I looked at this game. It looks like they added a ton of stuff. Just bought and have no idea where to start. Tips? Well, Caleb, I have a number of tutorials on the channel. You should probably go start with one of those. Maybe start with the most recent one. That's like how to stabilize your colony in the first 10 days. It's outdated. It's from when they had the Outbreak update. However, a lot of the base like premise behind a lot of stuff is the same. And then after that, start looking at maybe a couple of the individual tutorials around like oxygen generation, which ironically I didn't set up yet in this colony. Yeah, Brothgar has a bunch of stuff too. You can find some of his items. The one thing I find with Brothgar stuff is that it tends to be more long form in terms of experiments that reveal the underlying fundamentals of how things work in the game, which is really cool. But if you're just looking simply for something that's like, what should I do? How should I build? You can start with those basic ones that I put out, and then when you want to get into some of the more advanced stuff, Brothgar has some great stuff out there. Okay, this is largely dug out down here, so let's try and get this built now. I'm not going to use insulated tile. Let's just let this thing get cold. We'll start off first with our ventilation. I'm going to use a 2 gas pump system, same as I normally do. So we'll have one here and then one down here. Like so. I'm gonna use doors in here. Manual airlock. This I want to have a 2 oxygen spot, so we'll go like so. Okay. Obviously, we're gonna have to dig up that, but we have that in there. Little tile in here, airflow tile here, and then for our oxygen production, we're gonna throw our electrolyzer right in this spot. Automation-wise, we want an Atmos sensor sitting here. We're going to connect that by automation wire to this pump. And then for our ventilation, we're going to need 2 things. So we're going to need an output pipe, which we're just going to use a regular gas pipe until I figure out what length of that I need insulated in order to get the right temperatures coming out of the top. So that will be our output pipe for oxygen. But we're also going to need an output pipe for hydrogen, because we're going to need a little hydrogen generation going on here. I'm going to build the hydrogen generation on the other side, I think. We'll just throw... Actually, you know what? Let's use mesh tile, because I want it to leak all the water through. Dig all this out. It's going to... As it builds up heat in here, it's going to end up melting some stuff, so I'd rather... actually, you know what? I don't really want the hydrogen generation sitting too close to where this pipe is running by the ice, because I want it to cool... So instead, we'll build underneath where we'll have less digging to do. Right here. Dig all this out. In here, we're going to do our hydrogen generator. And, well, of course, we'll need ventilation for that. This one does not need to be insulated. We can just send it straight down through here. Into our hydrogen generator. We'll need incoming liquid flow. Insulated pipe for that. I actually built that down farther than I need to. Hold on, where's my deconstruct? Deconstruct liquid pipes. Okay. So that'll be our oxygen production room. We're of course going to need to prime that with a little influx of energy in order for it to work, but you love CrypticFox oxygen electrolyzer setup. It's perfection. Well, it works really well for me. I mean, it's not the only one out there. Some other people prefer different setup. This is the one I really like. I find it just generally efficient, but... New bromance? Not really. Rothgar's been mentioning CrypticFox videos lately. I think there's love in there. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I think I saw him actually subscribe to the channel a while ago. I've been checking out his stuff for a while. The thing is, he's really thorough when he does an experiment, right? So, like, when he builds it all out, he tests all the fundamental theories that underpin some of this stuff. So, I think I've heard people say when they look at my content, they find it entertaining, and it's really good for, like, just general progression of how to play the game, but I don't necessarily challenge the physics or or challenge your thinking on the game a whole lot, where I think Brothgar does a lot more of that, like, challenging thinking kind of stuff. Alright, they're actually... Man, they got started on the construction of this really quick, which is funny because they haven't even finished the piping and stuff to get down here. Nor have they finished the stuff in this horribly hot room that I'm trying to send a duplicate in, which will probably lead to their ultimate demise. Poor scalded duplicants. Maybe I have that door locked. I don't know. Where's my... There, liquid pump. Couldn't see that for a second. We should make this out of iron ore, because unfortunately... I don't have a lot of good options. That, we're going to need to make some wire in here, too. Hopefully, well, it shouldn't overheat. It should be alright. Just pass this through all our series of doors. Oh, actually. Just pass it right up here to our... Oh, wait a minute. How did I build that without a floor? That was silly of me. Doesn't that just beat all? What I should do is actually run this electro wire, I guess, the long way. How much have I got? Oh, I have lots of iron. So we can run this down the long way. We'll send it all the way down. Oh, this is ridiculous. I just send it all the way down here. We'll plug it in here. We'll do the same thing here. Plug this in, and that in. There we go. because we gotta have power and stuff. Is the gate locked? I might have locked it. You're right. But I think I've seen duplicates opening it. No, it's unlocked. They just, for whatever reason, they've been prioritizing the stuff down below. By the way, Brothker used your O2 setup. It mentioned your channel for Oni tips last stream. Oh, that's cool. Nice. You know what I really like about the Oxygen Not Included community in general? Is everyone's so creative. And they come up with all these cool solutions for things, and everybody's sharing it. There's lots of stuff that goes on Reddit. There's some cool channels that do it. So that ability to like share ideas and stuff is great. I love that. Are these worms useful for something? What worms? I don't know what worms you're speaking of. You should play Fortnite. I do play Fortnite, just not tonight. I play Fortnite usually on Mondays and Fridays. And then otherwise, I enjoy a variety of other games, so I don't limit myself that way. How's our air doing up here? They still haven't gotten around it. Look, oh, look, we have a Sage Hatch running around down here now. I don't know how he got there, but I hope he doesn't eat any dirt on me. Dig that out. I think even, you know what, I even prioritize this more highly, but they just don't seem to be going after it. Too busy doing other things. Oh, you know why? Okay, so in the moment of crisis, I set everybody on a weird pattern. I turned them all off their job priorities. So I'm gonna go back and auto prioritize again. That did not work. Normally it gives them wrenches and everything for all their actual job specific priorities, but it didn't happen. Maybe because I unchecked them all once already. That might not be a good thing. Suffocating! Stop it. Just go breathe. Invalid building location for what? What was an invalid building location? Huh. Invalid building location. Unreachable build. Maybe because there's no floor here yet. Same thing with this. Unreachable build. No, it just isn't reachable. So they still have stuff to dig out and things in here. So until they can actually get to it, then this will be fine right here. It's just a matter of there's stuff in the way. They haven't gotten to there's no floor or anything, so you can't build it there normally. Mr. to see CrypticFox and Brothker share a seed and see how they play differently on the same seed. Oh, that might be interesting. Yes, suffocation. We don't want them to suffocate. Wrangle it, but keep a bag that'll make it immortal and keep your dirt and algae safe. Yeah, I mean, there's no dirt or algae sitting here. It's just kind of hanging out, so I'm not too worried about it. If it dies, we get food, I guess. Such poor oxygen flow. This is something I hate. Normally I like when I get like easy oxygen movement throughout the base, but this whole floor right here, where I have this whole farm set up, it's just not letting good gas movement happen. I mean, I could pump the oxygen from here up to the upper part of the base, but it's just way more effort than I want to put in. Duplicates will be fine once they get rid of all this hydrogen up here. Auto-prioritize only works the moment you put the job head on. If you change it, you need to manually reprioritize the wrench. Yeah, I figured. That sucks. So Snoops is a rancher. Let's set them at... let's see. Spilly the chef, prioritize cooking. Senior architect, prioritize building. Prioritize farming. Prioritize science. General Popo. Engineer. Engineer's for operating, right? Yeah. Zombie Durgan the plumber. Farmer. Okay, and Krieger. There we go. Okay, everybody's got their job-specific priorities set again. Hopefully they'll do something useful with it. I really wonder why they haven't done anything in this room. Are they waiting for materials they don't have, maybe? No, iron ore. Construction errand assigned. So it says it's assigned to somebody. Unreachable build, naturally, because they haven't got that far in. That makes sense. Angel, welcome. Should get their jobs up a level. Yeah, we could do that. Wasn't paying too much of attention to that. So let's move the miner up to a seasoned miner. Thank you. Omar, architect, can go to senior architect. Moose Jesus, thank you. You can go to engineer, the exosuit engineer. So Boo, up you go. Where's Boo? There's Boo. General engineer can go to... Do we have anyone that can do mechatronics yet? The Great Punami can do mechatronics engineer. Sweet. So we can do a little bit of automation. Darcy then we'll just send up to electrical engineer. Fine with everyone else for now. I don't really feel like doing a whole lot of shuffling. Now, they've mastered some of their jobs, and I can actually move them on to other things. They'll retain their skill, and you can build them up a new job somewhere else. I just can't be bothered at the moment. Pay no attention to the death geyser of death. What are you talking about, death geyser of death? This death geyser of death, it's got chlorine stuck in here, too, which kind of sucks. Look at all the water it's producing. I need to get some stuff in here so I can start pumping the water out of there. So slow building. They have to run so far from the colony that it's horribly inefficient building down there. The point to develop the colony is so we can sustain more dupes to suffocate them in larger quantity. That's right. We want to be able to bring in more duplicants so we can suffocate and starve to death. If I were to get $1 for every suffocating alert, I would be rich. That's right, Ashley. We specialize in suffocating our dupes. It's called efficiency through oxygen limitation. Yeah, the food's going down fast because our farm up here is stifling. It's all in hydrogen. Which really bites. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to use a powered solution here to pump hydrogen out. I can't leave it in here. It's not good. I don't know that's gonna make a ton of difference though, trying to pump it out of here. Mostly because mostly because the oxygen level's so low below it anyway. Let's send it up here. What's the gas level like? 58 grams. All right, this is perfect up here. All right, so we'll do a little gas vent up here. Whoops. Yeah, double gas vent. That other one is just a decoy. In case someone's trying to sabotage, you know, they might break the wrong one. It's all part of our fiendish plan. There we go. This I actually want... I meant to set up with a filter on here. Ventilation, gas filter. Flip that around, throw a little pipe in here. Try to keep the oxygen in place if we actually get to the point of having oxygen. Not that I'm super hopeful at the rate we're going. We avoided tragedy, but it may still be around, so, you know, we gotta be a little careful of that. Look at that, they're building all this stuff. They haven't even built the stuff down bottom. Priorities, I'm telling you, priorities. What is that? You know what, actually? No, it's priority 5. I thought maybe I'd set a priority and it was sitting higher, but... Anything I'm hyped about from E3 trailers announced? I actually need to go back through the list and look at everything that I saw. I mean, I definitely am interested in Fallout 76. That looks super cool. I can't wait to check it out. Forza Horizon 4 looks great. There were a couple of other games I remember thinking, well, that looks really good, but I need to actually go through and make a list of them. Figure out what it is I'm super interested in. It's been a pretty interesting E3 so far. I mean, some of the presentations were, like, super cheesy. Like, what was it? I think it was the Ubisoft one that had the marching band and stuff at the beginning, and it wasn't Square Enix. There was another one that had like this horrible band playing at the beginning, which is terrible. Super awful. Dig above the electrolyzer. Where? In here, you mean? You talking about this electrolyzer? Or, oh yeah, right in here, yeah. We are gonna need that dugout. So get that. I should probably get rid of some of the ice up here too. It's gonna wind up melting and all running down there anyway. Building lacks resources. Oh, imagine that. Can't make sweaters, don't have eggs. Actually, what eggs do we have? Come on. Come on. Oh, it's got stuck on something. Okay, critter eggs. We only have 1. Poor little hatchling egg. Let's turn that into breakfast. Hatchling egg. Oh, come on. There we go. We're gonna crack the hatchling egg. We'll make some breakfast out of it. If the dupes are gonna go, they might as well have a nice omelet before they're dead. Fix that ladder. Which ladder? The one here that I broke on purpose? Oh, look, that's what's happening. They can't get all the way over there. This door needs powering because so it opens a little more quickly. Oh, that was weird. Let's not build the extra wire on there. Let's just do the one that's just enough for the door. So what's happening is they're running over to dig this, and they can't go that far. There's not enough air. And of course, they don't have exosuits. They just get over there, and then they don't dig anything. Okay, I'm going to cancel this. They're just totally wasting their time here right now. I've got them running. That's why they're not doing anything efficient down below. They're just running back and forth. They're wasting their time. Ubisoft and Sony had music buffers between trailers. Yeah. The Sony one was really weird because they like started in the initial room to show The Last of Us 2, and then they moved everybody to another room. Bethesda's the one that had the horrible band. That's the one. For Rage 2. It was so cringy. It was just I was like, man, when are they just gonna get to the game information? Like, that was a lot of effort to put in a game that flopped on Rage 1. Like, I don't remember that doing well. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was a bust. So I don't know. The dupes are gonna die. That's right, Angel. Yep, they're probably getting there. You mean platonic heart, but heart all the less. Nice. Saying that for like 5 minutes. Sorry, Product, I missed that. Hey, Vivian. Rage 2 looked really good. I mean, I guess it you know what it looks to me is I don't know. I just feel like a lot of those games are starting to look really generic. Holy cow, that's a lot of hydrogen. We really got to pump that out of there. If we can get this pump going, that would be fabulous. Since we canceled it, oh great, now we got a food shortage. This is wonderful. Let's switch this over to mush bars because we're gonna need it. We'll switch this to do mush fry so they don't get too bad diarrhea. Bethesda's conference was super cringe until our god Todd Howard made everything better. Yeah. I mean, a bunch of them have been really cringy. You know who I think actually does a really good job with their presentation is Xbox. I mean, whether you love their games or not, or love the console, or like Microsoft or not, is all moot, I think. But their presentation at E3 is just really well stitched together. It's very smooth. It all flows. They had a lot to announce. You know, some of it wasn't terribly excited about, but I think in general it just looks great. And I don't know that I could say that about some of the other companies that were presenting. You missed the Rage 2 trailer. Just wanted to see Fallout 76 for multiplayer. Yeah. I mean, some of the things, if you missed the presentation, lots of people have added clips on YouTube you can go check out. This thing's not pumping. Give me my wire. Let me pump the hydrogen out of here. That Devolver Digital show was the best one. I didn't see it, I don't think. Devolver Digital had the best one last year. Is that the one you're talking about? Or did they do another one this year? Working night shift. What day is it today? Today is still Tuesday in where I am anyway. So I'm gonna have an 8-course dinner. That's right. Polani, $2 super chat. But for real, I volunteer a World Gen Seed if needed. Thanks, Polani. I'll try to use your World Gen Seed if this all crashes and burns. We have a lot of hydrogen. This is sort of a catch-22. Like, this is why I didn't want to have the oxygen generation inside the colony this way, because I hate when all the hydrogen builds up like this. But by the same token, if we hadn't done this, our duplicates would have just suffocated. So, you know, it was kind of like a need-to-do situation. Need to set the compactors for dirt. Oh, yeah, that's right. I built these down here, and I forgot to change it. We want this to be... No, it's cultivatable soil is what it's under. Set this for dirt. I'll put these at 7. Cultivatable soil, dirt, 7. I could have just copied it, but I'm not that smart. Okay. These storage chambers up here are all set for like 5s and 6s. I want to set all these so they don't store dirt. Cultivatable soil, let's get rid of the dirt. I love the little sound effects. Copy those settings, paste it over this stuff. Ooh, and Hot Lava, by the way, is available today in an open beta, I think. That's another game by Clay that I'm meaning to try out. So many games for me to try and play lately. I don't know where I can find the time for it all. Ladders are making slowly. They're broken apart. Yeah, what? Yeah, we'll fix those. There was a point where you used to be able to get the duplicates to hop up fast by going up broken ladders like that, but it clearly does not work now. They definitely seem to go faster if you have like a normal ladder flow. Are the dupes gonna die from suffocation or starvation tonight? You know what? At the rate they're trending, they're probably gonna die of starvation before suffocation. We have oxygen for them to go breathe, so they can go get it. It's the food that's going to be a real distinct problem. Which actually makes me think what I should do is set up a second cook. And I should have done this earlier. So who can we make a sous chef? We'll take somebody we don't need anymore. We don't need all this crazy research. Let's leave Onopopo. We'll take Tommy, Chris. Oh no, actually Onopopo's maxed out. We're gonna take Onopopo off our research, and we're gonna put them in the sous chef position. And we'll try to get someone else focused on cooking. Check their priorities. Where's Onopopo? Okay, it naturally prioritizes, so that's good. Nice. I mean, our research is all finished, so the only thing we really need scientists for now is actually studying geysers, but they'll still retain that ability even though we move them somewhere else. Use a gas overlay for a few seconds and hover there for a bit to see pressure, please. You talking about this pressure? So this is like 330 some odd grams. Up here, we're looking in the 400s. Oxygen down here, we're sitting in the 1,000, like over 1,000. So it's actually, to a degree, I'm a little bit surprised we're not getting more upward movement of the oxygen here. But I think it's just because it doesn't have a lot of CO2 to displace. Did I see the gas filter settings? Oh, up here? Didn't set the filter. So I'm going to set this for... Oh, you know what? I really should have set the hydrogen to go out there. Whatever. I don't really care. I want everything... The only thing I care about is oxygen staying inside the colony. There we go. That'll start to pump out our hydrogen. Oxygen not included too. Food not included as well. Sorry. That's right, Tommy. That's pretty much how it's going right now. Poor, poor, sad little duplicants. They can't breathe. They can't eat. They can't have a good night's sleep because their rooms are full of hydrogen. They're just not having a good day. Good go of it altogether. What time does the Cosmic Update go live tomorrow? I think they normally make it live at like 9 or 10 a.m. Pacific time, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm usually working, so I don't normally see when they make it actually live. Usually it's later on in the day. Bethesda games, the bugs of the feature. I loved actually in their presentation that Bethesda poked fun at that. And the whole Skyrim thing, like Skyrim on like your smart fridge. Too funny. Like when a company can like take a little jab at it, stuff like that, I really appreciate that. They're not getting it to work down here. It's too slow. By the time they get down here, not only do they have soggy feet, but they're getting so little time to work. Ooh, oh, they did a little bit. They did a little bit. There's actually some oxygen for this breathable in this space too. Funny enough. You would like a mushy bar, please? We have mushy bars in progress. Oh my gosh, we're down to 1,000 kilocalories. They're all gonna die. Why do we only have one chef working here? What is going on? Oh no, Popo. Go do your job. We should have one person working the mush bars, which needs water. Uh-oh. Aww. So all the water we've been pumping out of here to produce oxygen here. Yeah, that's a problem. That's not good. I need to move. I'm gonna have to move my pitcher pump. Without the pitcher pump, we're not gonna produce any food. Without food, our duplicants are gonna die of starvation. The game everyone can play. Starvation. Hey, you know what? We don't even need two of those. We'll save the building effort. Cancel that one. Let's get a really high priority on this, though, please, because if they don't build this, we're not going to make any food. And without any food, we're going to be dead. Why are you under the water building that? Build it above the water. That made no sense to me. Use the oxidizers to make oxygen room for dupes in cold biome. Yeah, do we have any... Oh, yeah, it is CO2. Well, it's all CO2 down here, unfortunately. It's not polluted oxygen right now. We could snag some here. If we won't let the polluted oxygen in, it will flow up. How germy is this? Oh, it's not. That's right, because it's super cold. Let's dig through here. Try and get like a bypass effect going on with the oxygen. Last resort, restart a colony. That will be the last resort. If things crash and burn tonight, if we don't salvage this, I mean, we should be able to. It's just the duplicates are not necessarily doing the stuff that I want them to focus on most. I really should turn off the farming for now. We're getting a little bit of bristle blossom, but how much have we got here? Pinch of peppernut, raw eggs, 2,000 sleet wheat grain. You know what? Let's try to make something that's high nutrient value. We'll cook some omelets quickly. That'll give us a surge in kilocalories. And then we'll switch over to using sleet wheat grains for now. Too many things to control. Emergency World Gen C numbers in your Discord inbox. You know, just in case. Well, if we need it, well, it's probably better for me to copy it here. It'll be easier than trying to go pop open Discord, because I don't have a Discord open at the moment. Funny, 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 funny. I feel like they're just not... They're not interested in going in this room. They've realized I've told them that it's super hot in here, and they don't want to do it. So we're going to have to make them. Somebody's got to go do this horrible, painful work of getting all this ready so that we can actually tap into this. Or we're going to build the oxygen room down below, and it's not going to have any incoming flow of water, so it'll be completely useless still. Can I recap? Can you recap the new update? I just joined. Okay, so the latest update in terms of like the latest patch notes on the beta branch changed over the compost system from producing fertilizer to producing dirt, but it's producing dirt at like super high temperatures. Other than that, most of it was tweaks and bug fixes and things. That was one of the most significant changes I found. If you're talking about the general update in terms of like the cosmic upgrade, they've added a surface, so you can go all the way up to the surface now, and there's outer space up there. It's all a vacuum. They've added some solar power systems and that sort of thing. There's some like bunker doors and stuff that are supposed to be used for added protection against meteor strikes. Let's throw a ladder back in here. Give them another route to get there. The solar power system is the one I think is kind of the most interesting. But why am I out of food when I have 2,000 sleet wheat? Because you have to cook it. Sleet wheat you can't eat directly. You have to cook it into something. So I'm going to have them do that. Right now I have them cooking up omelets, which are not producing enough kilocalories. We're down to 200. All right. What do we got going on here? Omelets are 2,800 kilocalories. How much are the frost buns? Are 1,200. 2,800. We actually ran out of eggs, so let's set this up for frost buns, which... It says I have 2,000 grams of it. The reality is I don't. It's all sitting on the ground down there, so I can't actually do anything with it. What about gristleberries? We don't have any of those. We don't have any mushrooms. Fried mush bars it is. Good times. We're going to die of starvation. It's not even going to be the oxygen that kills us. Looks like pre-order is the only way to get the codes. Which codes? I must have missed something. Is your hydrogen going down appreciably with only one pump? Doesn't that match what's being created? No, the hydrogen is actually being created at a much lower rate. So if you look in over here, the electrolyzer, it's producing 112 grams per second of hydrogen. This pump is able to move 500 grams per second. Now it's sitting at low concentrations though, so it's really not moving a lot. The issue isn't so much the hydrogen, really. I mean, I'm moving it out just to get rid of it. But the bigger issue is I don't have a high enough concentration of oxygen to force the hydrogen upward in order for it to compress and get pumped out. So, yeah, it's moving a bit. It's doing something, but it's not really doing much. You notice they can't make mush bars either, right? No, they're making them. See? They're making mush bars. What I can't figure out is why they won't mush fry. They don't have enough mush bars to make a mush fry yet. What's in here? Why does it show there's a certain amount stored in it? There must be cooking ingredients in here, right? Raw eggs. 1,100 grams of raw eggs. I guess... Alright. Might as well continue making omelets. Really? I don't have enough... I have 1,100 grams of raw egg. I can't make even a single omelet. Missing 900 grams of raw egg. Oh, now it says I have 100. Is that a bug? Did I read that wrong? I could have sworn it said I had 1,100 grams of raw egg. 32 kilograms of pinch of pepper nut. But I don't have enough sleet wheat grains to make use of that. Well, isn't that fabulous? We're all gonna starve to death. 15 duplicants need a lot of food, let me tell you. Turn off permission to eat the mush bars in the consume tabs as they cook them. Yeah, I'm not sure which is better, to be honest. The mush bar itself, it comes out with 800 kilocalories. The fried mush bar has 1,000, so we do get a little boost off it. Consumables, let's turn off mush bars. Oh, what sad times these are. Poor, starving duplicants. The death is going to start to roll in now. Just you wait. Just you wait. Just watch your Jurassic World video. Looks awesome, but sell your non-DNA fossils. I did sell them, actually. It took a little while because I've seen a quest in there where it tells you to sell a certain dollar amount of them, so I was kind of holding on to it. And I didn't want to get rid of them right away. Oh, look at this. I got a nice concentration of hydrogen up here now. Wow, it's really concentrated. This is going to get full soon. So I was holding on to them for that reason, but it turns out, you know, don't you need to crack the eggs before you cook them? But I have them cracked, I thought. I mean, I don't have any eggs. If we look in, it has raw eggs, so they've already stored raw egg in there. So it's already been cracked. Okay, it's hard to see the overlay when it's over there. Okay, there. Now I can see it better. Let's see. Refined minerals, liquefiable, liquid, consumable ore, organic, agricultural, cooking ingredients. It's not. It says I have 1,100 grams of raw egg. I don't understand. Well, I mean, it's only one omelet, so it's not like it's make or break. Like, that one omelet isn't going to save everybody's life. Unless that's seriously the best omelet on the planet that can be divided 15 different ways. But not so much. You were surprised to see Evolution released about 8 hours earlier than Steam advised. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't get a chance to play it until early this afternoon, and then I couldn't get it edited until this evening, so it came up pretty late relative to what I wanted it to do. I need to get to some sleet wheat grains. If I don't, we're dead. But there's so little out here. There's so little. Where is it saying I have a sleet wheat grain? Not there. Not there. Oh, now it's got a more realistic number. Sleet wheat grains, 2. I thought I said like 2,000 grams or something before, but I guess that's only 2. So ultimately not terribly useful. We're all gonna die! This starvation's gonna set in, and I still only have... Wait, why are you wearing the wrong... Where's our other cook? Oh no, Popo, why aren't you doing the cook job? Oh, you are, actually. There you are. Okay, now we got them both working at it. So we got Onopopo producing the mush bars. Spilly's frying them. Oh, they don't have oxygen down there. Oh, this whole colony has just been a disaster tonight. This is gonna be one of the sad states of things. But I checked the omelet earlier. Your overlay had you at 100 instead of the 1,100 it does now. Well, I don't know. Still, if I go here, it shows I don't have enough. It says I've got 100. No clue why. It's gotta be a bit of a bug there. It's missing 1,000, or it's telling me I have 1,000 I don't actually have. One of the two situations. I don't know which. Ooh, they finally started working here. Very slowly. Again, they don't have a lot of oxygen in here, so by the time they come in here, they're not really getting a chance to do a lot. They're all so hungry, too. They're like me so hungry. If you click on the name of an item in the list on the right, it will cycle through each of their locations of the game so you can find them. Yeah, well, we could do that. If we look at... we have lots of eggshells, obviously. Cooking ingredients. Raw egg. Apparently, it's saying we have some here and some down bottom. So, again, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Oh, they don't have oxygen. That's right. Suffocating, starving. Soon they're going to be peeing on the floor. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. How are my dupes still alive? There's no O2. There is O2. They have it. See? They have it. It's not in the greater part of the colony, but they have the ability to run to go get it, so they won't die from that. They're going to starve to death. We have 3 people dying of starvation. We have kill calories available. There's the first death. Starved to death. It's all going downhill from here. It's all going downhill from here. They're taking a long way around. What? Where? Long way to where? They're all going to sleep in their hydrogen-spaced rooms with empty bellies. Poor, sad duplicants. It was changed for the preview. You have to crack the raw eggs if you want to cook them, but they are cracked. So that's just it. If it says raw egg, it's already been cracked. Unless with the update they did, because they did a little patch update, it might have broken the stuff that was already open. But if it says raw egg, I've already cracked it. So we do have an egg cracker, and they did use it. We have the raw eggs there because they've already extracted it, but... No, the only thing that's not permitted is the mush bars. But that's only because I have them frying them. You know what? Forget frying them right now. Let's just everybody go eat. Steal what mush bars you can. It's right on the kitchen. Who died? Somebody died. Moose Jaw died. What the heck? Is your body really out here somewhere? I hope not. I think it still show. Will it show me him dead? No, this only shows all the live ones. I think Moose Jaw died and teleported. There he is. There. Aw. Poor Moose Jesus. Laying at the bottom of the ladder. The long, long ladder. Boom. Took the horrible plunge. It's a sad, sad day in dupedom. The humanity. The humanity. It's a bug. Need enough for 2 items to get them started. Oh, well, I guess that makes sense. That sucks. Press F. It's about as cool as acid wash jean jackets. Did anyone else see all the dupe icons go pink? No. Unless I clicked on something. I don't know. They devoured what was there. It staved off starvation for a few of them, but... Please, guys, just get this stuff done in here. Finish something. They don't have enough air. I should just put a door right here. You know what? Everything's going bad in the colony anyway. Let's just put a door right here. We'll give them the fastest way possible to get through to this thing. It's gonna be really, really bad because, like, this room's hot. We can start buildings, but this whole colony's crashing and burning anyway, so we'll deal with the fallout. Once they break that, I'll throw a mechanized door right in here. Hopefully this will come in here and build this stuff quickly. And then I can always get rid of the door, I guess, and put insulation back in there. It's gonna make things, like, stupid hot in here really quick, but... Your hydrogen pump's overpressured. Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. It really doesn't matter. Without increasing oxygen pressure, that pump won't matter anyway. It's moving such small quantities now. Oh no, Bubba's lets her explode after all, yeah. There's another death. Who died this time? Chaptered Gamers toast. It's going downhill, folks. 13 duplicants. And the thing is, they'll hit a tipping point where they'll be actually making enough food to keep up with the number of duplicants that are alive. So they might actually survive through this, but unfortunately there's going to be deaths. There's going to be more deaths. Our graveyard's going to need to be bigger down here. I didn't really leave enough room for a bigger graveyard. Alright, we'll just have to start stacking the graveyard. These are 2 tiles high, so if we put this here, we have enough room to do some more fancy, tasteful memorials. We'll build 3, because, you know, we'll just anticipate there's going to be another one before we back our way out of this mess. But now you have to crack. Are you talking about the eggs? They have been cracked. We have raw eggs. They don't need cracking. You can also turn on off permissions to eat based on what the lowest calories in Vitals tab to try to prevent starvation. Yeah, but then I have to go like micromanage, like turning them all back on at the right times and stuff. I can't be bothered. We'll just let them die and get them down to the right parity level. You're now moving towards oxygen not included 3. Heat is included. You're welcome. Pretty much. Polani, $2 World Gen Seed, all ready for the CP slash hashtag Snowfox. Thanks again for the super chat, Polani, and the offer of the World Seed for when this all dies and we need to fix it all. We're not even gonna get the auction room done before this colony dies of starvation. It's hugely micromanaging. Yeah, like when you've got to go in and individually manage who's gonna eat what food, like that's how I'd spend all my time doing that. I can't be bothered. It might keep them alive, but whoops, you know what? I might actually be able to use less wire if I go the other way. Power wires. Nope, that actually might be the same. Whatever, they could reach it at least for sure right this way, I know. Let's do sub-priority 8 on this. What are the odds that... Whoops, what's going on there? There we go. What are the odds they'll fix this door and actually use it? Oh, there we go. Now they'll start getting stuff done more quickly. A little too late, but... But you're not gonna... Yeah, I'm not gonna start using that new world gen tonight. Even if everything crashes and burns tonight, we're already like 20 minutes away from the end of the stream. We were horribly unsuccessful in recovering what I wanted to. You're a pro at micromanaging starvation. Nice. Vote at CrypticFox for president. I need to build more walls. Oh, now they can't go in here because there's not a ladder. Evil duplicants. There we go. How did they not build that door yet? There we go. Build the door. Not gonna build the door? No? Bueller? They're building the wires before they build the door. How about that? Just put the dead dupes on their own. It's only wrong if you think about it. We'll just put them on little puppet sticks and we'll like parade them around the colony. It'd be like the Day of the Dead. It's not too late to say sorry. Kill those animals to eat. You have some terrible meat to eat, but you can still be alive. Yeah, you know, you're not wrong. You are not wrong, but there's actually not that many of them in here. Oh, there's one. Let's see. Let's kill that one and this one, because we're not farming them anyway. Well, there's also Drecos out here we could probably off if we really need to. There's not that many hatches left in our colony right now. Even they decided it was too uncomfortable living here. Like, they're like, forget this place, I'm out. That one's already got set up for attack. Oh, there's a Dreco over here we can smoke. Let's attack that one too. They still haven't built this door. Of all the rotten... There they go. Finish the door, please. Thank you. It's a small thing. It's not going to block the heat. It's 45 degrees Celsius. Like it's like 50 degrees on the other side of this door. It's a metal door. This is going to be one hot kitchen very soon. Poor Diddling's going to start sweating. The food's going to cook itself. Jobs mastered. Don't eat the Drecos. We need to eat everything at this point, Durgan. Everything. If I survive the night, there's nothing, nothing you can't do. Why would you do this to me? I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine. It's fine. You won't know. Shh. Ignore it. Just eat the raw meat. Eat your fellow duplicant friends. Somewhere over here, we've got some corpses we can work on. Like if someone could just chop up this corpse down here, we could have some Moose Jesus for dinner. We got some Chartered Gamer in here somewhere we can do. Make some little duplicant spare ribs. Prioritize the leader. What leader? Which will go Popo first? Heat, starvation, or suffocation? That's a good question. It could really be any of the three. I mean, Popo's closest to the food, so theoretically you should be able to eat, but you know, they don't always eat when they're right there, unfortunately. Okay, let's not worry about this right now. Wait, not power-wise. We want to do buildings. Cancel the buildings here. Don't worry about the installation. That's the least of our worries. Get this stuff done. I never increased the priority of the ladder, didn't I? No, it's all priority 6. Oh, this ladder here, yeah. The wee little ladder that lets them jump across. You're absolutely correct. So we're literally eating Jesus. Most turkeys. Been playing too much Graveyard Keeper. Ah, maybe Snoops. You might be right. I'm all about the mystery meat now. Did they remove the guaranteed natural gas geysers and caustic biomes with the Cosmic Update? Yeah, I mean, all the geysers are pretty much randomized now at this point, I think. And even when you have them, they don't produce gas consistently. So they have, each one's going to have its own supply rate in terms of the volume it's going to put out, the dormancy period and the active period. So where it used to be you could hook up to the gas geyser and just have infinite power, it doesn't work that way now. Do I have life lift now? I don't. What do we have in here? We have no meal life stored, so there's no life lift. Not even a possibility of making life lift. This stuff is still stifling and not stifling. It's really slowing the growth down because of the hydrogen. Change the way gas rise and fall now is not just what gas tile is above or below, but also the pressure now. Only 2 base. Yeah, the pressure's always mattered. The pressures, so the pressures try to equally distribute themselves. Whichever has the highest pressure is going to move the remainder until they sort of equalize. So generally what I do in my colony is I produce a large amount of oxygen in the core part of the colony, and that forces other gases away. Obviously that didn't work out this way. Teach the noobs to drink water so they can survive without food. They should fill their bellies up with water. That they seem to have a fair amount of. Food, not so much. Look at the temperatures in here. This is getting insane. It's insane! Cycle 91. Our last colony was like cycle 250 without a single death aside from the one we planned specifically for Joe versus the volcano. This colony, not so good. I brought in a lot more duplicates this time though too. So we're gonna start a new colony next time or keep this one? Probably. Well, we'll see what happens by the end of the stream. But this was almost toast. I mean, theoretically, we could probably keep trying to slog through this colony, but it's not exactly surviving very well. Once the update's not in beta branch, I'm not sure what happens with this save game either. So if I take this out of beta, I don't know if the save game will transfer over with me. So we might actually start a new one. This coming Thursday, I'm planning actually to stream the new update for Don't Starve. So we won't have an Oxygen Not Included stream on Thursday. It'll be Don't Starve instead to play the new event they added. So I think it's called the Gorge. And then our next Oxygen Not Included stream will be next Tuesday. Use liquid lock before I dig in the new areas outside your base. Yeah, I often use like I'd like the CO2 locks personally because they don't get the soggy feet debuff when they go through it. But obviously in this situation, there's not a whole lot of that going on. It's all just survival at this point. To the top. This colony should be called Revenge of the Joe. Pretty much. Pressure's still a factor, but now since gas is split less to bottom left and bottom right, a gas tile of same type can block a higher pressure one below to rise. Well voted. You can finish tonight's 13 minutes with a RAF stream. That wouldn't be terribly interesting for 13 minutes. Don't Starve is difficult. Yeah, some people are just like incredible at that game. They've got everything figured out. It's a complex game. That's probably why I like it. But the event for Don't Starve is one where you have to like feed this giant monster thing. So you're like running around trying to cook recipes and stuff. And you got to figure all that out to produce the food in time to feed the monster from like destroying the place. I don't know what the deal is, but it's neat. Karma for killing Joe. One clay game's a substitute for another, I guess. And I still want to try out Hot Lava, which is another clay game that's out in open beta right now. It's like this. It's like a platforming game, but you're essentially like playing the game like the floor is hot lava, which you played as a kid, kind of thing. Like my kids run around doing that all the time. I kind of want to check that out, but again, time. So much time. Haven't even gotten past some huge deer boss thing. Oh yeah. Deer Clops. He's a good one. Ooh, they're actually building stuff now. Slowly. It's not open beta. You can't get into beta for hot lava. Oh, you can? Oh, I thought it... Is it a closed beta? Oh. Okay. Sorry, I thought it was open. That's totally my mistake. 54 kilograms of pepper nut. Yeah, the pepper nut is nice, but we can't cook it without sleet wheat. It has no direct usage of its own. Is it DST2 or just the original? It's Don't Starve Together. It's not the original. It's only Don't Starve Together. Watch Hot Lava looks interesting. Yeah, it is kind of a neat looking little game. They put out like a cool little animation thing for it too, almost like a little miniature cartoon. So that's on YouTube now. You can check that out. But I'm looking forward to trying Hot Lava. I did get an invite for the beta. I didn't realize it was a closed beta. I thought it was an open beta for some reason. So I'm hoping to try that out this week at some point too. Amongst all the like plethora of other games I'm doing. So I mean, I'm playing Jurassic Park, which just came out, or Jurassic World Evolution rather, which just came out. I have Wreckfest. I got a code for that to play it. I got a code for Flashing Lights to play that. I got the beta access for Hot Lava. So like, there's just so much stuff for me to try and play this week. Plus Raft, plus Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, plus like House Flipper. Like I've had so many games on the go. It's so hard to find the time to play anymore. Need a day of the week for only clay games. Pretty much. I love all the clay games. Oh yeah, Machiavellian. I'm going to be doing more of that this week. So I took the greater part of this week off work. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, I'm going to try and focus on doing some recorded videos. The stream schedule for the rest of the week is going to be tomorrow night will be... What's tomorrow? Wednesday? Tomorrow's Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Thursday is going to be Don't Starve. I'm going to play the new event for Don't Starve Together. Friday will be Fortnite Battle Royale. I'm going to do squads. Saturday will be Graveyard Keeper. And then throughout the course of this week, I'm going to do some recorded videos of things like House Flipper, Machiavellian, Raft, more Jurassic World, Wreckfest, Flashing Lights, Dead Duplicants, good times. Darn you, Duplicants. So it's going to be a really busy week, to say the least. You don't like the lava game? Well, teach their own, I guess. Could you cook up some stuffed berries for a higher color count once the berries are done? Did they manage to harvest any of them? What do we got in here? The stuffed berries require... Ooh, my gosh, I do... No, I have no bristleberries. So yeah, I could combine them with the bristleberries, but we just don't have any bristleberries. And we just lost a chef. Spilly! Not Spilly! Spilly spilled into a puddle at the bottom of the ladder. It's all going down, folks. It's all going down. All right, so I'm going to call this colony a failure. I could bet you I could recover this still. Although that sounds... I bet you I could recover it. But I'm going to call this colony a failure. We're going to start a new colony next time. I don't know whether the save file carries over very well from the beta into the regular branch anyway. Ah, poor, sad duplicants. So, in light of the fact that our duplicants are all going to die off, let's go into options. Unlock sandbox mode. Enable sandbox mode, but save the backup first. All right, let's do that. Why not? Okay, so we've unlocked the sandbox mode. Ta-da! Yay for sandbox. Let's see. Fill options. We could flood the base with water. Or we could flood the base with liquid chlorine, crude oil, methane, oxygen. Magma would be an interesting one, I think. Molten glass. That could be a cool liquid to flood the base with. I don't know what that would look like. Liquid tungsten, liquid naphtha, liquid petroleum. I feel like it's a magma kind of a day. Let's see. Magma. We want... What is this? Just mass. Well, we need a lot of mass. And it's got to be really hot. 2,600 degrees Kelvin. That'll be amazing. And we don't need any germs on it. It's fine. It could be germ-free. Oh, yeah. This is going to be messy. Oh, these poor duplicants. They're all going to die. Magma. Flood the base with molten copper for Joe. Oh, that's an idea for Joe. Let's do liquid copper. Liquid copper. Where's the copper? Magma, carbon, copper. Liquid copper at crazy Crazy high mass, crazy hot temperatures. No food poisoning, because that matters at something this hot. All right. These poor, sad duplicants. They've met their end. This colony has reached the end of its viability. Technically, we could salvage it and continue playing it, but I feel like it would just be kind of like such a slow progression at this point. I'm going to start a new colony next time we stream, Oxygen Not Included. Let's give them a little bit of hot copper to deal with. Oh my gosh! Hold on, let's pull back. Alt S. Oh, that's so much hot copper. Ooh, it melted all the doors and stuff. It's like flashing the water into steam down here. Some of the duplicates ran away. They survived. Look at all this dirt over here. What is this? Oops. Oh, I may have added more molten copper. Oh, and some more. Oh, and oh no. Everywhere I click, we're getting molten copper now. poor duplicate. Oh, look, they couldn't even flee down to the cold biome. Even that's being flooded. Look at all the steam in here. More molten copper. More molten copper. We need more molten copper. Oh my gosh, but that was the first death? That took a long time. That was some seriously hot copper. I feel so evil right now. No prisoners. No prisoners. Bye-bye, duplicants. How is there any even still alive in this mess? There's so much molten copper everywhere. Did they hide in here? You can't hide in there. Oh, what happened? I think that was it. I think they all died. Oh, yes, it did. Colony lost. All duplicants are dead or incapacitated. Poor, sad duplicants. So, like I said, we really probably could have turned this around still if I was willing to put in another couple of hours worth of, like, slow duplicant progression. Probably a couple more of the duplicants would have starved to death, but when they get down to that parity where the amount of food they're producing is equal to the amount they need to consume, then things would balance out and they would do all right again. It's just not really all that entertaining on a stream, I don't think. So, we didn't exactly get my oxygen room finished, so obviously I'm going to focus on that as a priority a little bit earlier on in the next colony, so we don't run out of the algae supplies that we need to make things function a little bit better. But this did turn it a little bit into Machiavellian, and also, you know, a little bit of like Graveyard Keeper, and there's a mix of a few games in here right at the end. But I feel a little bad for duplicants, but you know that's kind of how the cookie crumbles. So. Again, the next stream for Oxygen Not Included won't be till next Tuesday. I'm also going to try and adjust my stream time, so keep an eye on those. I've been streaming at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, but I'm going to try and move it back to 9 p.m. Eastern Time if I can manage to work stuff out family-wise to be able to get on an hour earlier so that we're not playing quite as late, because frankly I've been finding I'm not getting enough sleep, and it's starting to be a real challenge for me. So I'm going to try and adjust that. But if you don't currently subscribe to the channel, if you'd like to see some more amazing duplicant deaths, feel free to click on that subscribe button. I swear they don't all end this way. Only some of them. Thanks again, everyone who offered up the super chats. Appreciate it as always. Polani, that was a crazy number you threw out there, but thank you very much. I hope you'll come in around tomorrow when we're going to play a little Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. But otherwise, I hope you'll come back for the next Oxygen Not Included stream at the very least. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.